I like to start out with pull-ups for back because they're the hardest and hit the most muscle of your back. When pulling yourself up, aim for your chest, not your chin. You'll have the best results if you engage your legs and your core, and imagine pushing your two hands towards each other. After I'm finished, I usually do jumping pull-ups to really burn them out. And these are great to start if you're working your way up to do pull-ups. And you could use a chair assist as well. And if you don't have a pull-up bar, you could use a table. Another way to do it would be to anchor the band on top of the door and doing pull downs. Now there are a number of ways to do rows. The first one I like to do is by putting my feet on a chair and making my back parallel to the ground. I usually start these with my hands facing away from me and then my hands facing towards me, since that's easier, as you see I'm doing here. The movement is slow and focused, and you need a good bar to do this on, so don't risk it if you don't have one. This also requires coordination, so do it at your own risk. And you could also do this under a table as well. Hardest way is to have your feet up on a chair, and to make it easier you could put them on the floor. And the easiest is to just do it in a doorway. Now I love doing rows from many different angles with the bands in the door. I start with palms down, and then I'll move my hands from palms down to thumb up, and then I'll move it to palm up, as that's the easiest, and all three of these hit a completely different part of your back. You can also do it under the door like a typical row machine. And you can do the same movement standing as well. And I like that even better with one arm, as I'm able to twist my body, working my core into it, and I turn my hand from thumbs up to palms up towards the end, as you see. And from the side, the hand rotation that I like is the opposite, with palm down to thumb up. And you could do that on a tree as well, and always remember you can make the resistance harder or easier by walking towards it or away from the anchor. Another way to do this if you don't have a door or a door anchor to work with is just put it under your feet. And you could do that sitting down as well. You can also do it with one arm by putting your foot through the loop, stepping on it with the other foot, and pulling it across your body, as you see here. And back to the door, this is a movement that I like to do at the top of the door, like a pullover. And it's important to feel the muscles of your back when you're doing this, because you'll see later in a different video I do this with a tricep by just keeping my elbow and my arm straight. So here you're focusing on using your lat and the rest of your back to pull it down. And you can mimic that movement just by yourself, holding the band on both ends. Now this movement I have in 3 different videos with just a little bit different variations. So when you do this, focus on the muscles that you're trying to work. You could do this for your chest, your back, or your triceps primarily. Here in working on your back, focus on your lats. Always towards the end of my workout for back and shoulders, I like to take the lightest band and do a reverse fly, pulling it across my chest as you see here. These are used by a lot of rehabilitation specialists. And your arms are shaped like a Y with your thumbs up, as you can see here from different angles. Best to start out with very light weights. And these are great for your rear deltoids and your upper back. And your arms are shaped like a T, as you can see here. And you can see thumbs are facing down with this one. The face pulls are a great exercise for back and shoulders, and they're very specific. Your hands are on the same plane as your elbows and your shoulders, and they're all moving back together, pulling it towards your forehead. If you're doing this right, you'll feel a great burn right into the center of your back across your shoulders and your arms. If you're doing it wrong, you won't feel anything at all. So it might take a little bit of practice before you feel it well. This movement is sort of like swimming and is great for all the muscles across your back down into your legs. I like to engage my core, my back, my shoulders, my neck, and my legs, lifting my legs slightly off the ground. And then you could do the same movement we did previously, forming a Y, and then the T. These really can burn out your back well after your back workout, or even without it. Now, just staying static in this position can be great for your posture, as it hits so many areas of your back all the way up to your neck. And it's perfect if you're sitting all day or working on a computer. Then you could just do typical back extensions, moving your shoulder blades in as you go up to the top. And you could put your feet under the table or against the wall and put your hands above your shoulders and do it that way. And this is the same sort of thing from the opposite end, hitting your lower back and your glutes. Or you could do it with your legs free, adding the extra benefit of core while balancing yourself. This movement is great for balance and core stability and coordination. You're bringing your elbows to cross your knee in between, and then pushing out. Now this is great for your back and balance and core. And as you can see, my hand's going on the ball, and that's harder for your balance. So to make it easier, you could put your hand on the floor, as you see here. And to finish it up, I always just like to balance myself on the ball by finding the center of my body. I hope you had a good one today.